Hey friends, this is the This Is Fine meme building kit. And it is based on this meme right here that you may have seen that may look familiar to you. And it is just over 400 pieces from a company called Buildify. And it does have a sticker for that caption, but not really a place to put it. So you'd probably have to build something in order to put it, or you could just take this sticker off and stick it to the clouds, and boom, you're done. The meme, if you're familiar with it, is a dog sitting in a office or a home, and everything's up in flames, and the dog is just sipping coffee and is perfectly calm. And the meme has two meanings. One is that it's an optimistic one where it's saying, look, even though everything is up in flames, I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I can handle this. That's one meaning. The second meaning is darker, which is normalizing chaos, normalizing bad things. And so in the workplace, it works pretty well to use those two meanings. And so that's why this became popularized in the workplace, because not only are you saying to your boss, I got this, I'm okay with chaos, but you're also saying to the boss, this is really sad that we're normalizing this chaos, right? So anyway, that's kind of the background on the meme as far as I understand it. As far as this build goes, we have these flames that are brick built, and we have a brick built table, brick built dog with a really nice hat, pretty well sculpted for that dog to match up with the source material. The thing that doesn't quite match is the overall look at the back. So if you look here, it's a green door, it's a one tiny little green window. And here they used a different color door and they used a bigger white window. So that's not quite a match. It's strange that they would make those choices, but that's what they did. And the other thing I wanted to point out, well, let's go around to the back. You can kind of see the whole dimensionality of it. It's pretty plain, right? The other thing I want to mention is that the overall build quality, not that great. They use kind of rudimentary build techniques. So you can see this wall is built straight up. And so things are not even attached to each other. This door panel is just one giant stack of bricks. And worse than that is, I don't know if you can tell, but there are these 2x2s in the corners here. And the rest of these are just plates stacked together. So you can see the 2x2s act as little feet. And so essentially what happens is the whole floor bows downward. And so it becomes impossible to press in this back wall. And as you try to press it down, the whole model tries to self-destruct. The floor tries to come up, it tries to bow, it tries to push the bricks up. It is a huge mess. And I had struggled with this just to reassemble it. And what I ended up having to do was to add a few pieces to the bottom. That's the minimum. You probably need many more on the bottom here in order to make it sturdy enough for this to display or for it to last. So it's a really strange choice that they added these feet to the corners. That's too bad. They should have added quite a few more braces on the inside too. The other thing that was a little bit hard for my nephew when he was putting this together was the pacing of the steps. So if you see here, step one is to put down a handful of pieces, right? The big plates, and then a couple of these flooring pieces. But step two is put down 59 tiles and bricks, right? So and they are all slightly different sizes. And for him, he has built Lego before, but it's been a while. So these, I think, tripped him up. The 1x3 versus a 1x4 versus a 1x6. He had to keep those straight. And there's 35 of those. So a total of 59. That's asking a lot for step two. But, that's what happened. And the other thing I noticed, as he pointed out too, is that the colors are inconsistent. So I don't know if that's intentional or not, but in the flooring, this color for this tile is different than this tile next to it. And it happens throughout the model that you get slightly different colors. And so I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that that could potentially create some issues too as you're building. All right, so, but that is the meme. I think it works if you're just looking for something humorous to put on your desk, or just display on the shelf. This probably will do the trick. I mean, it's funny, and it recreates that dog pretty well. So not a bad job, and pretty easy to modify. If you wanted to change up that background and change the way that it looks overall, you totally could. All right, cool. If you liked the video, hit like, and if you could subscribe, that would mean a lot to me, and I'd appreciate it. Okay, thank you.